Hi everybody, welcome to another week of Makers Monday. I am Anastasia Radloff, aka Stampin' Blondie, and I am so excited because today I'm going to be featuring 3 St. Patrick's Day projects. Now, can you believe that St. Patrick's Day is only like 12 days away? No, 11 days away. Today's the 6th. I can't believe that it's only 11 days away. And so today I'm going to be featuring 3 projects with the Lucky Clover stamp set from our January to April mini catalog. Now, let me just make sure that I'm live here on Facebook. If you're watching, make sure to comment, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see where everybody is joining me each week. If you're watching this via replay on Facebook here, make sure to let me know you were able to join along. Looks like I am live. Hello, Dawn. Thanks for joining. I'm also live over on YouTube right now. So if you are watching via YouTube, make sure to comment and I'll be able to see your comments here as well. Now I have, like I mentioned, 3 projects with the Lucky Clover stamp set. This stamp set is actually offered in our catalog as a bundle, but the Clover stamp, the punch, was so popular it sold out in about a month from our catalog. And unfortunately, because our punches are manufactured overseas, by the time Stampin' Up! Would have been able to place an order for more, they would not have arrived in time from the warehouse overseas to be able to do that. So today I'm going to show you those 3 projects and then we will create some fun with that. All right, let's go ahead and swap the camera, and then we have 2 classes that I wanted to give you details on that are currently open for registration, and then we'll jump right into our projects. So let's swap the camera. There we go. Now, the first one is my March Club Craft and Create. This registration ends on Wednesday, yes, the 8th, Wednesday the 8th. This is featuring the Nature's Prints bundle from the annual catalog. Originally, I had planned to have the Easter Bunny bundle for my class this month, but just like the Clover Punch, the Easter Bunny Punch was so popular as well that it is officially sold out until May, way after Easter. So I swapped some things around and we'll be doing the Nature's Print bundle now. Club Craft and Create. This is offered in person here in Tucson or virtually via Zoom. Now that Zoom event is recorded, so in case you aren't able to join live, you can still watch the recorded video, and a project PDF tutorial is included in all of my classes. Now with this class, you'll create 8 projects, 4 different designs to each of those designs. Like I said, featuring the Nature's Print stamp set. Here it is from the annual catalog. Now this is a bundle, so you can add on the bundle to your registration if you don't have this. If not, you can substitute with whatever you have in your craft supply that will coordinate with these projects. You'll receive a package of the Sun Prints Designer Series paper, a full package. These are the enamel dot essentials. They come in Night of Navy, Crumb Cake, and also basic white. And then a full roll of, this is the bordered ribbon. It's a Night of Navy bordered ribbon. So a full roll of that. You'll have plenty of supplies left over after you create your 8 projects to be able to use those for other projects as well. So the deadline to register for this Club Craft and Create is this coming Wednesday. This includes an in-person or a virtual class via Zoom. Normally we meet the 3rd week of March, of every month, the 3rd week, but I will be on vacation that week, so we will be pushing it to the 4th week of March for Club Craft and Create, but Nature's Prints is what is offered for that month's class. Registration closes Wednesday. Now, next up, just announced today, is my March card class to go. Now, the difference between Club Craft and Create and class to go is that Club Craft and Create has a class attached with it, meaning in person or that Zoom event. March card class to go is a PDF only event. You still create 8 projects, 4 different designs to each of those designs. And this month we're featuring the Sweet Citrus bundle. Now this bundle actually includes a stamp set, dies, and coordinating embossing folder. So one bundle, you get all 3 items. Now, this is a partnered class with Lisa Hardy. She is from Sweet Paper Studio. She's a Canadian demonstrator. So each month we each create 2 projects, but you get to create all 4. So here are the 2 projects that I created for this class. You'll receive a full package of the Regals Designer Series paper, a full package of rhinestone basic jewels, and a full roll of the white crinkle ribbon. So this class, like I said, just announced today. The deadline to register for this one is March 18th. Now this one has a full project PDF tutorial with it, and you can create these projects on your own time. So that's the difference between Class to Go and Club Craft and Create. So if you are interested in registering for either one of those events, the link is in the description of this video right now. So once I'm done here, you can go and check out the 2 links for those classes. Now, if you're in Canada, you can register with Lisa through her link at the bottom of the card Class to Go registration. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into our projects. Like I said, I'm gonna do actually Prize Patrol first. Each week I do something called Prize Patrol, so if you are new to watching my video, welcome. I go live every Monday at 5 p.m. Arizona time. I offer something called Prize Patrol, so all you have to do is share my video, comment that you shared, and you'll be entered into Prize Patrol. It's that easy. Now, last week's Prize Patrol was the black and white gingham ribbon. This is perfect because it coordinates with whatever project you are working on. You can color these with Stampin' Blends to change its color, but black and white goes with everything. So this is a great roll of ribbon. Our winner last week is Pat Stewart. So congratulations, Pat. I do not have your address, so please share your address with me in a message and I will get this in the mail for you. Now, our Prize Patrol for this week kind of goes along with our St. Patrick's Day theme. We're going to be creating green projects today with a little bit of gold. So our Prize Patrol is a roll of the Just Jade and Gold braided ribbon. Now, I love this ribbon. It's no longer available through Stampin' Up, but it is a great ribbon to have for St. Patrick's Day or any kind of projects, especially for spring because we have spring coming up as well. So Just Jade and Gold braided ribbon is our Prize Patrol for this week. All you have to do is share the video and comment that you shared. Okay, now we can jump into our projects today. Featuring the Lucky Clover stamp set. Now, like I mentioned earlier, unfortunately, I snagged one. I don't even know how I got one. It must have been on one of my first orders that I placed when the catalog debuted, but I must be lucky because I have a Lucky Clover punch, but we're not gonna use this because this is not available anymore. So I wanted to show you how you can still use this stamp set to create beautiful St. Patrick's Day projects, and you don't have to have the punch to go with it. It's still very easy to be able to hand cut this clover out. So here is the stamp set. It's found on page 41 of our January to April mini catalog. It features how many stamps? 8 cling mount stamps. And if you follow me, you know I love a good stamp set that has both the images and sentiments all in one. You don't have to buy 2 stamp sets. It's perfect to be able to create with just one set. I also was drawn to the fonts on this. It's kind of whimsical and fun, especially this good luck sentiment here. Now, I'm also on my projects going to be featuring all the way in the back. This is the Flowers and More Designer Series paper. Now, this is an item that you can get with a qualifying order using Stampin' Rewards. Now, Stampin' Rewards kick in when you have an $150 order. You get $15 starting out of free products. And it's on this last page, on page 90 of the catalog. And Stampin' Rewards increase the more your order is. Now here's the 3 papers that I'm gonna be using. Fun for St. Patrick's Day, but you can see on the other side, perfect for spring projects too. So we are gonna be using those 3 colored designer series papers for the projects today. Now, oh, I think one of my dogs somehow got out of his kennel. I have no idea. Let me go let him in my room really quick or he's gonna be scratching at my door the whole time. Oh, they must have all gone. There we go. We've got one in here. Apparently my husband's home and let them out of their kennel. That's why one of them escaped. Okay, so we have our 3 cards here that we're going to be making. Now 2 of them, here's the first one we're gonna make. We're gonna step our way up so you can see. Very basic card, but still really fun to create. The second one has just a little bit more stamping to it. And this last card here is a fun fold card. So we're gonna do this kind of side fold here that pops up, and it has a little bit of gold on there. Now each week I offer these projects as a class to go. So this is what the kit would look like. All of your project pieces are already cut and ready to go for you to create your projects. And I offer an embellishment of the week. So we will be using, these are quite a mouthful, so let me get ready. These are the gold faceted adhesive backed sequins. That's what they're called. Very, very long name. They come in 4 different sizes and all different shapes. So you have kind of a teardrop, a larger sequin, smaller sequin, and then these are like a crescent moon kind of shape. So $35 if you place a $35 order in my Stampin' Up! Website using the host code that's on the screen here. I will send you the card packet for the week. If you place a $50 order or more, you get the gold faceted adhesive back gems, plus I shared on my Facebook page this new tutorial team that I was invited to join last month. So you will receive this as well with a $50 order. It is 33 pages long of all different tutorials for projects. Now on the Facebook page, I posted kind of a little challenge earlier this week to see if you could guess which project in here was mine. Now, of course, I immediately thought everybody was gonna go for the holy guacamole because actually that does look like my stamping style. But the project I created is this one right here. It's a really fun and it uses the 2-tone Flora stamp set. So you get all these different tutorials with the supplies that you need, all the sizes, pictures, dimensions, all for free with a $50 order using my host code this week. All right, also on my website each week, stampinblondie.com, I have the project PDF tutorial for the 3 projects that I'm gonna be creating here today. So don't forget, it has a front and a back side. It has all of the item names, numbers, prices, and dimensions of the 3 projects that we are gonna create here today. So you can pair the project PDF tutorial with your class kit this week and you can make my exact projects for St. Patrick's Day. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We are going to use this card. Probably should put it the right way up, this way first. This project uses Granny Apple Green. And I felt like that was the perfect bright St. Patrick's Day color. Granny Apple Green and Garden Green are the 2 colors that I'll be using really to showcase St. Patrick's Day. One is a brighter green, one is that traditional like clover green. So these are perfect for that. So we have our 8.5 by 5.5 piece of Granny Apple Green. with a piece of basic white cardstock, and we're gonna glue that down to our card base. Now I forgot to test out my glue before I started here, so let's make sure, there we go, that it works. So we're gonna glue down our piece of basic white cardstock first to our Granny Apple Green. Now, how many of you guys make St. Patrick's Day cards? I will admit I don't really make St. Patrick's Day cards, but now that I have 6 of them, I may hand them out. I'm going on vacation on the 18th, so this would be a perfect thing to give to flight attendants or just any other kind of people that I encounter in the airport. It's a fun way to just spread a little cheer for people that work a lot. All right, that piece of designer series paper, I'm just gonna glue right across the bottom here. And we're gonna stamp our sentiment. And now this one says, a good friend is like a 4-leaf clover, hard to find and lucky to have. Isn't that the truth? I feel like as I get older, I don't have as many friends as I did when I was younger, but the friends that I do have, I cherish so much, because I'm very happy that they are in my life. For that, I'm gonna stamp my sentiment in Garden Green. Now, we used to have a color called Lucky Clover, and that would have been a perfect green, but it was one of our in colors, so it retired, but I will admit I still have the stamp set, or the ink pad, because I just loved it so much. All right, this is a piece of basic white cardstock. I die cut this with the Stylish Shapes dies, and we're gonna use that large clover to stamp right in the middle of that. So we're gonna ink it up, and I'm just gonna pull it a little closer. I may go off screen a little bit, but I wanna make sure that I'm right in the middle of that circle. There we go. And close this up. And we're gonna add dimensionals to the back of our Granny Apple Green piece. You can't have a Stampin' Blondie project without dimensionals. They're on all of my projects. I love them so much. Okay, and that's gonna go right on top of our basic white. The back of our Stylish Shapes die, we're gonna add dimensionals again. And that's gonna get popped up and go towards the right side of our project here. All right, now all we have to do is embellish. So we're gonna use the smaller of the 4 sizes of these gold faceted adhesive backed sequins, the longest name for an embellishment. And I'm gonna use my Take Your Pick tool with the spatula end. I feel like I get better control of these thin sequins with this Take Your Pick tool. And we're just gonna place these kind of all over just to give it a little bit of shine. And then the final touch, this is the Garden Green ribbon. This is from the 3 twine combo pack. Now, I demonstrated this twine at Onstage back in November, which was Stampin' Up's basically convention for demonstrators. So I got to present and use this in my projects back then. So I really like this twine. It comes in Garden Green, Pumpkin Pie, and what is it? Coastal Cabana. So those are the 3 colors that this twine comes in. And I just used a single piece and I tied it into a bow. And I'm gonna trim the edges here. And if you are curious about my presentation, it's posted here on my Facebook page. So if you scroll back just a couple weeks, I posted that so you can watch my whole presentation. It was so much fun. I will admit I was a little nervous, but presenting in front of 700 people will do that. All right, that is our first project today, featuring the Lucky Clover stamp set from the January to April mini catalog. a quick and simple project. So if you are a beginner stamper, this is a great project for you. But anybody can create this, and you can really step it up more if you'd like, if you're more of an advanced stamper. But there's our first project. I hope you guys like that one today. Moving on, we're gonna now step up our project just a little bit more. So we're gonna be doing some background stamping here, and I actually need to get, I'll just use this. My computer is in the way of my grid paper, so let's see if I can just grab it here. There we go, my grid paper. I didn't want to, I have a touchscreen laptop, and if I touch the screen, then I won't be able to see your comments, so I don't want to exit out of that. Okay, this card is 4 1/4 by 11, so it is an easel project, and we are gonna kind of create our own pattern background. So we're gonna fold our Granny Apple Green in half, and we're gonna use Granny Apple Green ink, so tone on tone stamping, to be able to create our own background. So there's what that looks like, just some clovers here. So Granny Apple Green. Now I love tone on tone stamping. I do this because it creates a fun background without being too overwhelming for the rest of the project. And as you can see, I'm just turning my clovers in various directions. Half of them are going to be covered up, but I just want to make sure that everything here is good. So just random kind of twists and turns of your stamp to be able to get a good view. Can I fit one? No, I'm not going to push that there. So there we go, tone on tone stamping. There's no certain pattern that I went. You can just see I inked it up and stamped all in different directions. We have a piece of that designer series paper. There's the back side, and we can get that out of the way. And we're gonna adhere that to just a piece of basic white cardstock. There we go. Now this square piece is also from that Stylish Shapes dies. There are circles, squares, and banners in that die set, and it has various sizes of dies to go with it. It is probably my #1 die set that I reach for when I am working on projects because it's such a versatile die set. So if you are looking for a good die set to kind of get the most bang for your buck, that is an amazing die set to get. If you are new into the die cutting world, that was the one set that I suggest to all of my neat crafters. All right, we're gonna stamp that same clover from our first project in Garden Green again. And you can see whether it's a circle or a square, this clover fits right on the inside. And I'm kind of gonna do it at an angle so it's not straight up and down. Oh, while I have that open, we're also gonna stamp our sentiment, a perfect happy St. Patrick's Day. So a great sentiment just to have on hand as well. Not a lot of our sentiments say happy St. Patrick's Day, so it's good to have a good St. Patrick's Day stamp in your stash. Hi Cheryl, thanks for watching. Hello Penny. All right, we're gonna add dimensionals to the back of our square here. And that's gonna go in the middle of this piece here. You can see I didn't add the designer series paper right to the middle of the card. It is offset to the left a little bit. So that's gonna be right here. And then our happy St. Patrick's Day, we're gonna add dimensionals to the back of that. Now, because this is a longer sentiment piece, I'm gonna add 3 dimensionals. I don't want my sentiment to kind of bow and get saggy in the middle, so 3 dimensionals. And then that is gonna go where it hangs off the side. Make sure that's straight. That is not straight. and it's gonna hang off the side of our card there. Okay, we're gonna come in with the larger size, the larger size sequins. These are the round shape, and we're gonna add, with the spatula end, we're gonna add 3 of those. And 1, now I'm gonna move mine here because I don't have as much space on this one as I did here, so I'm just gonna move that there. And then 1 there, and 1 there. So there is our second card with the Lucky Clover stamp set. I apologize, I feel like I'm gonna have to sneeze. I hope I don't have to. Oh, it was there and then it went away. There's our second card with the Lucky Clover stamp set. Kind of more of a stepped up project than our first one. But now we're gonna work on our last card. And now this is kind of a tent card, if you will. Now, I will tell you, when I made this project, I have extra pieces that I've die cut over, you know, like prepping for classes, and I just have an extra piece. This stitched piece here in the back is actually retired. So I apologize. I didn't realize that until the whole card was finished, but I'm gonna substitute with another piece that is current. So I'll show you what you can make with a current die cut. I just apologize. I had that piece in my little extra die cut stash and I thought it would work great. And then I realized as I was making my tutorial last night that it in fact is retired. So we will be substituting with this die cut piece. This is from the Painted Poppies die set. So I think it's Painted Labels, but this is current. So I know that for sure. All right, to create this kind of tent fold here on the side, you can see the card lays flat. So if you want to mail it, it still will work great as a card to be mailed. But we have 5.5 by 8.5 piece of Granny Apple Green. So we're just gonna fold that in half. Now, this is scored at 4 1/4, which is your normal fold for your 5.5 by 8.5. But then I added 1 extra score line at 2 1/8 of an inch. And then from there, you're just gonna take that folded part and you're just gonna fold it in on itself. So you have your normal fold here, and then this fold is just gonna come in to create that tent fold. And then if you use your score or your bone folder, you can crisp up your lines to be able to create that fun little tent side here. Now we're gonna put that off to the side as we kind of do some stamping. Now I've got a spare piece of basic white cardstock and we are going to stamp our clover. Now I cut this out by hand, so you can see it is not that hard to cut this clover out. Even though there is a punch, unfortunately it's not available anymore, so you can still use this stamp set without the punch. So we're just gonna stamp that on our spare piece of paper and we're going to fussy cut it out. Now, because this is more of a rounded shape, it is quite easy to cut out. So I'm gonna start at the stem and we're gonna work our way around. Now with fussy cutting, you can get as detailed or as intricate as you'd like. I like to leave a little bit of white space around my fussy cutting so that it looks like it was punched or that it was die cut out. But I am just going to leave a little bit of space. Peggy, everyone is Irish on St. Patrick's Day. Yes, I will tell you I have 0% Irish in me. So it's still fun to celebrate different cultures, and I've been to Ireland before, so I really enjoyed visiting there. And it's just such a beautiful country, even when it's not St. Patrick's Day. I did not go on St. Patrick's Day, but it was still fun to visit. All right, we're gonna go. And of course you have to wear green. You know, growing up, my mom always did the fun green stuff with us. So we always wore green on St. Patrick's Day. And even as an adult, I still do the green on St. Patrick's Day. So I've got my shirt all ready for work next week, and it's a Friday, so that should be fun. But I'll be packing for my trip, so I can't have too much fun. Okay, so you can see how easy this is to cut out. Now the hardest part of cutting this out is the stem. Because it is so thin, you just want to make sure that you're careful when you get to the stem portion. So I'm just going to rotate this and just be very careful because I don't want to cut my stem off after I cut the rest of that off. And there we go. But I refuse to eat those green mashed potatoes. Yes, my mom made green mashed potatoes one year, and I just said, you know, I can't do green mashed potatoes. That's just, I don't know. I think that was like the one thing that did not look very appealing. All right, on the inside of our card, we have this piece of basic white cardstock. And this is gold foil paper from the brushed metallic specialty cardstock is what they call it. But it's kind of like designer series paper. It's thicker than our regular cardstock. So I'm going to add my piece of basic white to the inside of the card. So that will go right here. And then my strip of gold is going to go towards the bottom. Now this is going to help it stand up. So this strip of gold will go down here. And then over top of that, I have a strip of designer series paper. So because this is kind of 2 levels high, well 3 levels high, you have your basic white, your gold, and then your designer series paper. This really helps that tent fold to kind of stand up, and it gets caught in these 2 pieces here, and that's what helps it stand up even more. Right. Now on the front of our tent, we have another piece of that same designer series paper. So that's just gonna go on that front fold here. There we go. And then you can see that gold paper really just kind of helps the designer series paper get caught in that so that it can stand up. So you definitely want to add, like, because this designer series paper, the gold is a little thicker, it really helps catch it. But if you were just to do plain designer series paper, you'd want to do 2 levels of it so that it can catch in there and stand up. Okay, the front. Now, because I didn't realize that was retired when I created it, we're gonna use this label piece here, and we're gonna stamp the sentiment that says good luck with Granny Apple Green. So we are really only using 2 ink pads today, Granny Apple Green and Garden Green. We have so many different green colors from Stampin' Up, but I like these 2 the most. All right, for this, we're gonna adhere it to the left side of our card. Now, we don't wanna add glue to the whole thing. If you were to add glue to the whole thing, you're gonna glue your tent shut. So we're just gonna add a little bit of glue to the bottom part of our card piece, and then add that on there so that it'll still pop up. So here's the back side of that, and sometimes I even like to flip that over and kind of push it down so it stays. So there's the top half. Our clover is gonna go on with dimensionals. And this one you'll need 4 dimensionals, 1 in each leaf. That'll go there. And this is gonna go right down here. We're gonna add 2 pieces of the garden green twine. So that should be good. 1 and 2. And we're gonna tie these together in a bow. All right, look for gold for good luck too, and shamrocks. Yes, I didn't actually see any shamrocks when I was in Ireland. The only shamrocks I saw were at the gift shop. And I did get a shamrock necklace, and I got my best friend one too. And I wear it still every year on St. Patrick's Day. It's the only time I wear it because it's like a shamrock. I consider it like a lucky necklace, so I only wear it on St. Patrick's Day. But it's got like green little jewels in it, and it's very pretty. Probably sold at every tourist shop in Ireland, but to me, I really liked it, and that's all that matters. So there we go. We have our 2 ribbons tied together, and we're gonna flip that over and adhere this on with mini glue dots. So mini glue dots work best for this twine. And that's gonna go right below our good luck. And then we're gonna embellish with 3 of the smaller little sequins here. So we're gonna put 1 up there, and then 2 below our shamrock. So I put 1 there and 1 there. So that is our easel card. Now, if you're creating this project and you're like, oh, well, my easel card doesn't really want to stay up very well, you can always flip it over and use your bone folder to really crisp up your lines. And that'll help it stand up just a little bit better. But there is our last project today, featuring the Lucky Clover stamp set. So there's the side of the card, and again, it folds flat, so you can stick this in a normal size envelope and then write a little something in here, and then you can mail that off to somebody else. Now, if you're wanting to give this as a gift, you can always place a gift card right there on the inside as well, and then they won't even see it. You can adhere it with a mini glue dot, and then they can have a little display, and it covers up a gift card right there in the middle too. All right, so there is our 3rd project. So let me know which one in the comments is your favorite here today. So we have our tent card, our shamrock card, and then our lucky 4-leaf clover friendship card. So let me know which one is your favorite. I have to say, this week, the tent card definitely does it for me. I love that it can pop up and you can put a gift card in there and gift it to somebody, but very fun card to create this week. All right, well, thank you everybody for joining me for another week of Makers Monday, our lucky Makers Monday with our St. Patrick's Day cards. Remember, if you are wanting to create this week's projects, place a $35 order by Thursday, midnight Arizona time, using the host code that's down here, and I will send you all these project pieces to be able to create your projects. If you place an order of $50 or more, I'll send you the gold faceted adhesive back sequins, as well as that 33-page project PDF tutorial for free. I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I will see you next time. Bye!